Hey everyone, welcome to the Package Team Weekly Sync for July the 26th, 2021. David, you have the first item.
Yeah, thanks. So we have a dependency proxy bug that was marked as a is1p1, and basically this bug has two fixes. One which is done in Rails only, and the other one which is the ideal one, which involves modifications in Rails and Workhorse. And I've been wondering if it is a S1P1, well, it was. Why don't we focus on the fix for Rails only first, instead of going the Workhorse route? Also, the Rails only fix seems a bit simpler than the Workhorse one. And there is also an interesting comment on the Workhorse one from Stan saying that it would be a good opportunity to work on Workhorse for the package team to learn more about it, since, well, down the road, we will get more things to do in Workhorse. I think Steve has a comment.
Yeah, just to kind of keep the discussion going. I think the one thing I was kind of thinking about with it was that although the temp files fix is simpler, it is still weighted as a 3. And so if we are planning on starting the Workhorse migration next milestone, does it make sense to do a weight 3 issue this milestone? And I ask not because I'm against doing it first, but just because historically the weight 3 issues either span the whole milestone or sometimes bleed into the next milestone, at which point we'd be working on the other fix. But at the same time, in contrast, I do think the Workhorse migration will realistically take at least 2 milestones probably to finish.
Well, in the context of S1P1, which is not anymore,
Exactly.
My thought was we need to drop everything and just work on the fastest fix available. And to me, that seems to be the temp file fix. But now it's a S2P2, so it changes the point of view, I guess.
Yeah, David, I think you're right with the P1S1, we've got to get it done as quickly as we can. I think our SLA on that is within the milestone. So yeah, definitely should be prioritizing that work in whatever way we need to. As far as migration to Workhorse goes, I guess, Steve, the only problem there would be overlapping with the migration work, and does that make the bug fix that we're trying to do redundant or unnecessary? That might be problematic. So that'd be what I was wondering. It's tough to want to spend a whole milestone working on something that is unnecessary because of some migration we're doing the following milestone. I think the only thing that I could suggest there was if we're looking at the solution we're proposing for it, and we're able to mitigate in the minimal possible effort for customers that are experiencing the problem. And that's actually the weight 3 that we have planned, then there's not much else we can do unless there's some other thing we haven't considered in terms of mitigating, you know. Was that go ahead, Steve, sorry.
I was gonna say, so yeah, my understanding of the 2 issues is that the moving to Workhorse does make the first issue redundant. And in terms of impact, I think fixing the temp files, although it will prevent incidents on GitLab.com, it doesn't prevent the issue of failed dependency proxy polls, which the Workhorse migration does fix, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems like we should be working on this. Did it get, let me me see. It's scheduled in 14.3 right now, right?
Workhorse.
No, the bug fix.
Which one? The temp files fix?
Yeah, so this is the Rails only. I think it's a temp file fix, right?
Okay. That one was scheduled for 14.2 and now it is in the backlog.
Oh,
Because so it was scheduled for 14.2 and then when we said we're going to do Workhorse starting in 14.3, I suggested we move it to the backlog, but then the P1S1 status came up, which has brought this conversation up again.
Yeah, exactly. My point was if we have a S1 P1, perhaps it's a good idea to bring back the Rails fix because it's an easier one. Because by the look of it, the Workhorse change or fix will take way more than one milestone, probably 2 or even 3. But now that it is a S2 P2, things are different.
yeah, it's a good question. I think yeah, even though it's because the I guess I'd want to have a look at the workaround that was made at P2 S2 to see what the impact, customer impact, and then to figure out from there whether we should still do the bug fix. You know, because if we're saying that we're basically then saying we're going to wait 3 months, you know, to get a fix out for customers in the meantime, if they don't have a good workaround, that's sort of problematic, right? So I think that's kind of what I'd want to work out here as being the main driver. I want to be really careful about making sure the customers are have a workaround that's manageable. If they don't, then we probably need to prioritize the bug fix, the P2 S2. Do we have a note in the issue about customer impact and what the mitigation is? I'm just looking at that. Let's see. Yeah, all right. All right. I think what we can do is I'll go have a look at the workaround because we have the infra issue linked there, and see if there's a, you know, if this workaround seems viable. We probably need to chat with Tim about whether that's a good enough solution for the customer. If we did the bug fix now, that would probably be within the SLA for the bug for a P2 S2, even without considering the Workhorse fix afterwards. So that's the other consideration. So I think probably what I need to do is follow up after this, go do a little bit of reading on what the solution is and go from there. Cool. Thoughts, anyone else? Cool. All right. That's all we have. Thanks, everybody. I hope everyone has a great day, and thanks for following along.